الآن يمكنكم المشاركة في مبادرة الأيام الرقمية تحت شعار انطلق بقوة مع جوجل، والتي يتناول فيها خبراء جوجل عناوين جديدة أسبوعيا مثل السحابيات، مهارات من جوجل، أندرويد، فلتر، ذكاء الآلة، فايربيس، ديزاين ثينكينج، مقسمة إلى دورات وورشات عمل يومية بالإضافة إلى مسابقات أسبوعية. شاهد الأيام الرقمية مباشرة على اليوتيوب وشارك رأيك وأسئلتك مع خبراء جوجل، واحصل على شهادة حضور في كل محاضرة تشترك فيها. هذا وأكثر من الأحد إلى الخميس ابتداء من الساعة 9 بتوقيت دبي عبر الرابط المبين youtube.com/gdgmina.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well and you're in good health. It's been a while in the Minad sessions. Today session it's about my journey of writing my first book. So before I start, as usual, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Lamis. I'm a Google developer expert for Angular. I'm a senior software engineer based in Tunisia. I've been into Angular for the past few years. I'm the founder of Angular Tunisia. I'm a speaker, mentor, trainer, content creator, and recently an author. I am involved in women empowerment communities. I am a member of Women Who Code and Women Who Code Frontend. And if you have like any questions about the activities I'm doing or the communities, don't hesitate to reach out on my Twitter account. We will be sharing the links with you later. So yeah, so without further ado, let's start. So yeah, I've released a book about RxJS. The title of this book is Reactive Patterns with RxJS for Angular. It's a practical guide to managing your Angular applications data reactively and efficiently using RxJS 7. And it was released in the 29th of April, like 3 weeks ago or something or so. And yeah, the idea behind this book is really related to my background, my experience, and my journey in tech, let's say. Because when I started, like my first position was as a Java developer. Back in the days, was like in 2012, sorry, it was in 2012. And yeah, I experienced the golden age of Java. I spent like 4 or 5 years developing with Java. I got certified and all this stuff. And after that, I switched to a new position, which is related to the front end. Okay, using another technology stack, using Angular, TypeScript, and RxJS. Okay, it's based on this stack. Yeah, so like it's not similar to Java because yeah, I was like I'm coming from this imperative programming, okay, into the reactive programming, because RxJS is reactive, and the TypeScript also is functional. So functional programming, reactiveness, and all this stuff is something new for me. Even though with starting from Java 8, there are some like concepts inspired of functional programming, etc., like streams and all this stuff. But yeah, at that time I didn't start to code with Java 8 yet. So yeah, so I did the move to this new world, okay, to this new stack of technology. And the thing I struggled with in the beginning, or let me say, which was a little bit challenging for me, was to switch my mindset from imperative to reactive and declarative. Okay, so how to change this mindset? Because, okay, there are a lot of tutorials, there are a lot of resources on the internet, the official documentation, and all this stuff. But you're coding for 4 or 5 years with imperative programming, and you find yourself dealing with completely different paradigms. And this was a common, like when I talked about this with developers in the community. So we are sharing like the same thoughts, even for people coming from different backgrounds, from object-oriented, imperative life coding styles, etc. So they are facing the same issues. Even those who are coding literally now with functional programming, or who are beginning with functional programming, are experiencing also some of those struggles. Yeah. So this was like this was the first inspiration for me. Okay, how to help people switch the mindset from imperative to to reactive. And as I coded, and when I like started learning, and after that um, I've discovered and I figured out that even when you are using RxJS, you are not systematically coding reactively. Okay, like RxJS does not make your code reactive and declarative by default. You can still use RxJS and coding with the imperative style. Okay, but when you do this, okay, it compiles fine, it works, it's running perfectly, etc. But you can't take advantage from the power of RxJS, from the power of the reactiveness, from yeah, all this tips and quick wins and advantages of making your web applications like fully reactive. Okay, because there are a lot of advantages of using RxJS. So yes, so yeah, I discovered after that that okay, even though I am working with RxJS, I'm not writing a declarative and reactive code. And there are a lot like of talks that were an eye opener for me in conferences, and even like the discussions with the communities and some resources on the internet. Yeah, that I started like to explore this declarative style of programming, and I started to use it on a daily basis in my projects and my side projects, and even in the work, etc. Yeah, and I started like to discover the strengths of RxJS in many situations, okay, and in many use cases, even day-to-day use cases that every developer can face. And yeah, from here came the idea of this book. So I said to myself, how can I like teach people or help them switch this mindset and learn those declarative this declarative coding style. So the idea was to expose a situation, okay, which is like a common situation for that every developer can face, okay, in web application nowadays, and resolve this situation, okay, which is a real world situation. It's not like a hello world example or how to like work basic example, how this thing can work, etc. Because okay, basic examples are good to know how this function or can work, and yeah, can be how this function behave, okay. But it can switch your mindset, Okay, in order to think reactively, you have to like deal with real situations and see the difference between imperative and reactive coding styles. Okay, and this is what I did in this book. It's about like some situation. I am exposing some situations, common situations, recurring use cases. Okay, this is the idea, and the solution with the imperative coding style using RxJS, of course. So using RxJS imperatively and then using RxJS reactively. And this will highlight it will highlight the advantages of using RxJS, of using, sorry, the declarative way of RxJS. And every time I will like highlight the advantages and highlight the useful operators of RxJS in this case, because also the operators of there are a lot of operators in RxJS, and people sometimes don't like understand the difference between one another, how this operator behave, even though there are Marble diagrams, etc. But still, they have a lot of questions about it. So yeah, it's which operator is about like which operator is useful in this situation, what this operator is doing, what are the capabilities of those operator, and then like yeah, now we are going to like put in place the reactive solution or the imperative solution followed by the reactive solution. And every time I'm doing this, okay, and this is the idea behind like the pattern, okay, because the pattern is like a reusable solution, okay. I think that the concept of patterns is something that really help people, I mean, not people, but the developer in particular, they help the developers enhance their code quality, learn a lot of concepts, and also get inspired by those patterns in order to build their own ones in the future. Okay, because when you see something ready to use in a real world situation, you understand how this was written, the idea behind it, how I have to think, how I have to design the stream, what represent a stream. All those things I'm answering in my book, in every chapter, the operators and the stuff. So you will like know how you can use this pattern in your day-to-day applications, and you can also get inspired from them not to build your own patterns. And in general, dealing with those reactive patterns throughout the book and throughout the chapters will help you switch, or will help the switch to the reactive mindset progressively, okay, or smoothly. Okay, so you will find yourself at the end of this book like I mean how to design the stream, okay, how you can what is the stream in your application, how you can deal with streams, which operators to use. Even if the operators were not highlighted in this book, you can know which operators to search for, because the book also help you understand the the capability of each category of operators, so you can know where to go, and you will know how to design your stream and how to build your reactive pattern. You can use those reactive patterns, and as I said, build your own patterns. Okay. Yeah, so this is the idea behind this book, and a highlight about the content. Okay, so this was like my way of this let's say, as I am also a trainer and I am teaching students, okay, some technologies, for instance RxJS and Angular and all this stuff, and people like, I think that this will help them, because this at some point this helped me, okay, this helped me like improve my RxJS skills, learn the declarative patterns, and start thinking reactively. Okay, because as I said, using RxJS does not make your code declarative by default. You can still use RxJS when coding imperatively. And I think that a lot of people do this, and this has some like advantages and some drawbacks, but this will not like let you take advantage from the power of RxJS and all the advantages behind it. Okay, so this was the idea, and I think that exposing those kind of patterns and teaching them, explaining all the building blocks around them, all the concepts and operators and all this stuff, the advantages and in which situation the drawback of the imperative, and okay, so all this stuff is like detailed in this book, and as I said, this will help you improve your RxJS skills, use the declarative coding style, and consequently enhance your code quality, enhance your architecture, enhance your conception. I mean, like your design, how you can think about user interfaces and web application, and even user experience. Okay, because user experience is like crucial in every web application, and dealing with the declarative way also enhances user experience and enhance the performance of your application. These are like two from the main advantages of using the declarative patterns or the declarative coding style. Yeah, so I think that, I mean, like teaching those kind of things can help people like improve their web application, learn a lot of things about those technologies. And even for people who are dealing with Angular and, for example, React or Vue, and they are using RxJS, some patterns, not all the patterns, but some patterns are not like related to Angular. Okay, some patterns, you can use some patterns from this book if you are using Vue.js or React programming. As I said, it's a way of thinking, okay? A way of thinking endorsed with practical examples. It's not practical examples, it's based on, we are building an application throughout this book from scratch, and real world application, real world use cases. It's not something like basic examples or hello world example. No, it's a simple application, right? But very real, where you can find real world use cases and features. So when you will, at the end of this book, when you will finish building this app and going through all those patterns, I think you will like understand what this book is aimed for. Okay, it's not like only about the reactive patterns taught in this book, but also about the inspiration and the inspiration for other patterns, as I said, and the switch of mindset. This will like make your manner of thinking evolving, I think. Yeah, so this was I mean, the idea. Hope it's like a little bit clear for everyone. And let's move to who this book is for. It's for everyone, that every developer that want to improve the RxJS skills and improve his the declarative, improve the code quality and use the declarative coding style. Okay, there are some prerequisites for this book. You have to learn, you have to know TypeScript. This is a prerequisite for this book. A beginner level is fine. Okay, a beginner level is totally fine for TypeScript. A beginner level of Angular also is fine. Okay, beginner level. Okay, even though you can find like a lot of explanations even for beginners about some Angular concepts, and even you can find links and etc. that will forward you to some to the prerequisites in order to um, like learn this prerequisite and then come back to the chapter. There are also an explanation about the reactiveness in Angular, and this is very important because some developers may ignore this, or they don't maybe use it, or even they use it but they don't know all the capabilities around it. So there's a part for reactive in Angular, but in general, I would say okay, in Angular beginner level is appreciated for this book. But even if you don't have like this a lot of knowledge about Angular, it's fine. Okay, as I said, it's a beginner level, but you can find like links where to the prerequisites in the chapter. So as I said, TypeScript, Angular, those are the prerequisites of this book. For a beginner level also of RxJS is appreciated, but even though you don't like have this a lot, I mean a lot of knowledge about the basic concepts of RxJS, you can still follow because there is a beginner chapter for about the reactive programming and the reactive pillars that are used in RxJS and what we are going to use. But still, if you like have basic like knowledge about the basic concepts, okay, I am highlighting this because I mean the basic concepts, then it's fine, and then the code will take you through simple patterns and at the end advanced patterns. And yeah, so the table of contents, I will like walk you through the link to the packed description of the packed page that holds the description of the book. But in general, you can find the table of content in the packed link that I will be sharing with you later. And in the Amazon link also you can find the table of contents. But as I said, it's like it contains three parts, three big like parts. Okay, the first part is the introduction, which like highlight some basic concepts and that we are going to use in the book with my words, okay, and how I see this. It's like with very simple words, with very simple word analogy. I try to demystify the concept a lot, okay, to make everyone able to follow and to understand. The second part is the trip into the reactive patterns. As I said, there are simple patterns of simple situations and advanced patterns like patterns for real-time capabilities, patterns for caching, patterns for higher order operations. There are like simple and advanced patterns, and at the end we can like take it a little bit to the next level and explore the patterns for testing, because testing is really important, okay, and it's a challenging task with unit tests, etc. And with RxJS, some people can, or some developers can find the testing like a daunting task. Okay, but when you like learn the good techniques, okay, because there are a lot of techniques, I am exposing the techniques, and you will like know by yourself which technique is suitable for you in order to use it. Okay, it's not only about one technique. Maybe there's a lot of techniques, and you can like choose which is the best in your case. Yeah, so this is like the last chapter. Okay, and yeah, so this is all I have, I think, to tell you. The idea, who this book is for, the table of contents, where is the content of this book, and the skills that you will like acquire when you end after like writing this book. Yeah, so let me just show you here now the link. So this is the link of the packed link of the book. If you are interested or you need those kinds of information or of skills or of, yeah, so you can click on this link and check it out. Yeah, so this is all I have to tell you today. If you have any questions, or you need any feedback or clarification, or everything maybe I missed, okay, in this description, you can contact me on my social links. I am active on Twitter most of the time, and LinkedIn also. Thank you very much for having me. And if you have any questions, please go ahead. And I'm waiting for your feedback. For anyone who read the book, please share your feedback with me. This will it will be a big pleasure for me. Yeah, thank you. And also, it's the first, the first time that I choose to talk the first time about this book in the Google Minad group. Okay, because I animated a lot of RxJS sessions last year with Minad, and it was like it was good sessions, and yeah, I wanted to share this with this community also. So yeah, so thank you a lot. I don't know if you have any questions or. I think they are telling me that there are still no questions. If you have any questions, if you will like see this session later, don't hesitate to reach out if you have like any kind of questions. I would be really glad and happy to help. Yeah, and I think I shared already the link. The link of the book is already shared with you in the chat. yeah, and happy reading for everyone. Thanks you for having me. Bye.